evening and welcome to the most exclusive poker room in town. This is the Poker Lounge. 6 of the sharpest poker minds are with us tonight, and each of them has brought in for a cool $20,000. At the table this evening, the Great Dane Gus Hansen, a regular player at the big game at the Bellagio. He's the only player ever to have won 4 WPT titles. The man they call the Unabomber, Phil Laak, also has a WPT title and 2 impressive Poker After Dark wins under his belts. Andy Bloch, MIT and Harvard graduate with over $4 million in tournament winnings. Over here we have Hendon mobster Ram Crazy Horse Vaswani, a former professional snooker player. Ram has a World Series of Poker bracelets and an EPT title to his name. Roberto Romanello from Swansea recently made the final table of the EPT in Copenhagen, and in 2009 he won the European Open title. And in seat 6, Harry Kaczka from New York, he's our online qualifier tonight. Well, that's our lineup. Let's get the cards in the air.
Oh, yeah.
And what a lineup it is, Millie. A dangerous mixture of geniuses, grinders and all-out gamblers. Each of tonight's players begins the game with $20,000, made up of $10,000 in chips and $10,000 in cash. The purple chips, they're worth $500. The whites, they're worth $100. And immediately, Andy Bloch decides to invest some of that war chest with a raise. And Ram Vaswani slow plays the 10s, just calls.
Any money in the hand after you fold. Your pile stays very static. Maximum staticness. It's true. It's a good thing sometimes.
2 players.
Be level.
Bloch goes into the lead with a pair of aces.
Fantasy fault. Can I?
Check. And Vaswani hits trips on the turn.
Check. That's 700.
Pair of 9s minimum. Tens, you still have to flop a set, so 10s are just as worthless as jacks, you know. They don't have any.
Raise to 2,000.
Boom. Crazy Horse came here to play. I couldn't even pronounce it. Crazy Horse. Crazy something.
There's a club in Vegas that closed down.
Do you think he's more intimidating with or without the glasses?
Well, the hair's a new thing. The hair's a little bit, you know, don't be caught on the street with this guy after midnight kind of. It's like a half mohawk, half kind of.
Yeah, no,
tough guy.
It is kind of dangerous.
26.
I just know that Andy's prediction about being last in chips after this hand.
I think I'm going to be last for a little while, maybe. Unless he's bluffing and I call, in which case.
Andy Bloch is a caller. People don't know.
How do you play against a guy that his nickname is a strip club in Vegas? An old strip club, one of like the old.
It's closed now. The Crazy Horse is closed, you know?
Is it 2 open or 3? Or?
It's shut down about, I wouldn't know personally, I've heard.
Yeah, no. You don't go to these places. No, I know.
Just think about this. If things go wrong, you can always rest on the $4 million of winnings that you have. You can lay in that pile and go, well, I made one mistake, but I'm in this pile of $4 million. It feels good.
I don't know, it just feels like a value bet.
Pass.
Wow. Nice bluff.
Crazy Horse, show the bluff.
Nice bluff, Crazy Horse.
It's good for the game.
Crazy, are you the type of guy that if you were bluffing and we said show the bluff, are you the type that would show or not? Like what?
I think he bluffs too much to ever show. I mean,
right.
He has
to hope you don't watch him on TV kind of thing.
He kind of has to portray the fact that he's not bluffing because he does it all the time. Our chip leader at the table, Ram Crazy Horse. He's really not that difficult.
No actual.
You have a card, you slide them over, and then you slide them back out.
Yep, I look at him over here, and then I do this.
Yeah, but,
and when I fold, I go forward.
But nobody has as quick hands as you, so I mean,
I'm good, though. But I have a lot of practice with the sit-and-go format.
Raise to 600.
At home, we have a training table, and we practice our technique and pulling. You know, that's why I have the fast pull over the glass.
Call.
Okay, I might be involved here. I mean, I'm so tempted when I have already 2 of my men.
And you're shutting down the betting, you know?
Yeah,
There's no
that's
more
big.
reopenings.
That's big. You really shouldn't be telling the other 4 players at the table. your sit and go master strategies.
Well, it's in my new video, sit and go master strategy by the
We
bomber
raised
there.
to
I
1900.
just got knocked out of the table. I just got knocked out, and it's very sad. Actually, I still have a little peek.
Can I give a peek? All right, if you
Oh
want.
my God!
It's like I was playing.
Oh, that's too expensive for a tight player.
You could flop quads, you know?
Too expensive for a tight player.
Cross.
Oh, Roberto Romanello and Crazy Horse Vaswani. This should be a nice matchup.
It was a beautiful squeeze play. Beautiful squeeze play, but Crazy Horse didn't come all the way to Cardiff
Check.
to fall for the old squeeze play.
He won't like those diamonds,
Yeah.
Check.
and nor does Romanello.
Bet 2600.
Oh, right there. Shoves it on. He doesn't-
Romanello has bottom pair and a gut shot draw.
Crazy Horse.
It is. Yeah.
Could also be Ram Mohawk. Vaswani.
As a sit and go master, it's important his hands to be not involved to enjoy the fact that somebody's getting hurt.
No, I'm really enjoying the fact that Andy has lost most of his 500 chips. I just don't want to be last.
I don't want to be first out. That's my only goal, you know? Winning is not important in sit and go strategy. The key thing for televised sit and goes is to not be the first one out. Winning is not the
You
key.
just want to blind yourself in the second place.
If that's what it takes,
Maximum
Phil Hummel
TV.
style, you know, it's okay.
Hey. Somebody might.
And with
try to
bottom
go
pair and a
all
draw,
the way.
Romanello does make the call.
Yeah, your position looks healthier now.
I gotta root for
When they
Ram,
do
I
the
guess.
Yeah,
Huge
yeah,
spot.
yeah, root definitely.
And that is a massive river for him.
runners that anyone at home can read this logo as well as it is. You think 3%? You think even 1% of the viewers can, if they have like people and
Bet
they can
30,
pause it?
3200.
If they can pause it and they can zoom in, they can probably read it, right?
Pause and zoom.
I call.
Call.
Wow.
A squeeze play with the 5 high.
You've got to be lucky as well as good, and Romanello certainly both of those.
If I call before the flop,
Welcome back to the Poker Lounge. It's early days in this game, all 6 players still at the table. And don't forget, the winner takes home $120,000. Let's get back to the action.
Now I know I caught you fibbing, kid. Because it was only the 4-disc set. There was no...
well, it
there
wasn't
was
the
no
our
booklet?
the
No.
set that we had. That disaster.
No, that
Phil Laak finds a pair of ladies under the gun.
Raise to 800.
pass. Nice hand, Phil.
Plus.
Pocket 8s or better. I don't even play ace queen and ace king in this spot. It's just too, hair raising.
Yeah, I know. Under again.
Call 800.
Even 6-handed.
True.
How about heads up?
A cooler for Romanello. He's got jacks on the button, and things could escalate here.
Call.
It looked like a squeeze master move for a second.
It looked like.
That means he might have a hand, right? If he doesn't do the squeeze.
Plus.
Boom. Boom, chugga-lugga-lugga.
Now I have to look at something here.
Gus looks down at a very Gus Hansen hand. 6 deuce offsuit.
Now I have to look at something.
It's an insta fold for most players in this situation, but he is so aggressive and so creative. It's not surprising that he's taking his time before abandoning ship. That's assuming he is going to get out of the hand, of course. And he's re-raised.
That's a re-squeeze.
We raised to 4,400
Can you get the driver ready for me?
and raise. $15,800.
Phil Laak instantly re-raises, and the net result of that is it's going to save Roberto Romanello a lot of money.
Okay, the second best hand folds, and the worst hand folds as well.
Plus.
Which one? Can I pick one? Queen? Or the other one?
Well, it's probably a queen, king, or an ace, I'll tell you that.
I did not have too
I
much.
am not in last place anymore. Yes! 16-5.
Good blind, please.
No, I do have
Don't forget, if you'd like the challenge of trying to qualify online for this event, which we're covering on Channel 4, go to channel4.com/poker for details on this and Channel 4's coverage.
Plus. Plus.
Romanello folds, and this is our online qualifier, Harry Kaczka from New York. He's found a nice hand to play with.
Raise to 800.
And the Great Dane has got a pair of nines, like the blue touch paper.
We raised to 2,500. Plus. Plus.
How cute does Kaczka want to be against Gus Hansen?
Wow.
Again.
2 hands in a row.
Again.
Almost in a row.
And
14,800.
One hand in between.
so, I always tell myself, why would I ever fold this hand? But I'm always wrong.
Gosh, you're not tightening up on us.
I made it 2,500. See, I don't know what your book says here, Phil.
Never be the first one out. That's the primary directive.
Oh, that one.
That's the primary directive.
I was
Just-
more interested in what to do with this hand.
Even if it was aces, you would have to fold because you can't risk being the first one out.
Okay. I guess I have to do something at some point. Sorry, guys.
You have up to 4 hours before any of us say anything. You know those times where it's their turn to act and everyone knows it's their turn to act except the dealer doesn't know? I'm the guy that never tells the dealer. I want to get 8 people at the table that wouldn't tell the dealer. I want to see how long, about every year, there's some moment where the dealer doesn't know that it's his turn to act. I want to see if you had 8 people like me,
It's the dealer's
how
turn to
long
act well?
would the dealer wait his whole shift out and tell the next person? You know, like I just want to see how
The dealer's
extreme it
waiting for the last guy to check or something, and
Yeah.
that guy's already checked.
Yeah.
So the dealer's sitting there waiting.
When I get knocked out, can I sleep on the couch here in the back?
No problem, yeah.
In the back.
You can make side bets.
Take advantage of these.
All right, here you go.
These
Re-raise.
like
And makes a call.
By the way, we're going to see
Okay.
both cards.
We get all 4
Ace,
cards.
2 queens.
We see
Yeah,
pair
I
of queens
have
for
200.
Harrison.
7.
Jack 10.
They're matched up.
No, and 2
We got pair of nines for Gus.
Big.
Let's see the flop.
I'm surprised, Gus, you even thought about folding.
Flop comes 5, deuce 5. Queens are in the lead. Gus needs one of the 2 remaining nines in the deck. It's a 10.
One away.
Yeah, except it was a diamond. He hit the diamond.
It's a jack.
Good hand.
Harrison, doubles up.
I'm going to miss you.
Pleasure.
Sorry,
Except for getting knocked out first.
All right, that's the master go strategy, man. You know.
Did you even win? You didn't even win a hit. No. Wow.
I did win one.
You did
Ace
one?
queen.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You won that
Right,
one.
king
hit.
9 through the club.
Wow.
Good luck, guys.
I'll see you, kid.
Thanks.
With the minimum put in.
So Harry Kaczka, our online qualifier, he has shot to the top of the board. Ram Vaswani and Andy Bloch at the bottom, but still very much in contention.
Raise to 900.
The Unabomber, Phil Laak, getting creative with the 10-5 suited. trying to punch his way out of trouble. And a marginal hand for Andy,
Call.
but he calls the raise.
Pass. Pass.
Kaczka has Jack 4 suited. He's already in the big blind, and he completes, so there'll be 3 players to the flop.
3 players.
Laak goes into the lead with a pair of 10s. Andy Bloch, though, has the straight draw, up and down.
Check.
A 9 or an ace.
Bet 1400.
And he wants to bet that draw. He's fast playing it.
Pass.
Nothing, of course, for Kaczka.
Raise.
A little bit of an overbet, don't you think?
I don't think when I play poker I act instinctively like the DVD series recommends.
Phil Laak has the flush draw in clubs. He is a favourite. He's trying to bamboozle the brainiac that is Andy Bloch.
Come on, just put it in, kid. It'll feel good, you know? Imagine how that's going to feel. Right? I probably shouldn't be reaching after your chips or whatever, but it would feel good. Just put it in. Come on, you're Andy. You're going to win. Whatever you have is beating me anyways. I have to have a draw. How can I do this without a draw? I'm allowed to say this stuff, right? Right. Think about it.
You gotta show
Pass.
one.
There's
You
a
can
draw.
show the other one.
Ooh, I was afraid you were going to call. I had to like really coach you into a call so that you would fold. My God, you scared me there, kid. You can do the hyper overbet fold.
Supreme mind games being played by these 2 pros, but it is Phil Laak who is getting himself out of trouble and stacking the cheese.
We're not going to call Harry the online qualifier anymore. We're going to call him the online wizard.
Right, what are we doing with the last cards? And
Yeah,
all that?
the same thing we were just coming off of, right?
That was...
Yeah.
Loser shows 2.
Loser shows 2. No
Winner
exceptions
shows-
if
and
it's
winner
the
shows
river,
one.
whatever, and the
Winner
winner
shows
shows
one.
1. Unless the winner has to show both, which has happened in our group.
Well, if you want to win the hand on the showdown, you have to show both hands.
It's 3. Is it 3-6 down there?
3-6.
Wow.
Raise to 1,200. Pass.
Got me out.
Pass. Call.
Romanello makes the call. Normally a very talkative player himself, but less garrulous with Phil Laak at the table.
All right.
He gets a heads up and he has to show.
Pass.
Oh, he's gonna have to show.
We're seeing 3 cards, that's for sure. At the end of this hand, we're seeing 3 cards.
2 players.
Romanello has flopped an up and down straight draw.
Check.
21.
Bet 2,100.
If you're raising one, you have to show one.
Call.
Talk to me.
Oh, so we're not doing showdown loser has to show both? We're doing
Yeah, no,
loser.
showdown loser still has to show both.
And there it is. Romanello has hit the nuts.
Check.
Can he induce
52.
Phil Laak to make another bet? Yes, he can. 52. Unless he puts Phil Laak on spades. Romanello is now free rolling. The question is, how does he extract even more money from the American?
Ugh. I did not want that.
Raise.
10,400.
He's made the price as tempting as possible.
Well, I have to show 9 high.
It took that long. I guess you.
That's
you're-
also a
you're
tell.
Thinking if you wanted to re-raise, he gets 5-8.
I hope I don't see a 3 of hearts.
There's a red one there.
That would hurt. At least we got a 10 jack.
He might have the nuts. You might only have an ace or a king or a queen.
And that is how not to play 9 high.
You.
He wasn't
He was
bluffing.
bluffing with the best hand, but he might have played you perfectly. Got maximum bet, and I should have just smooth call.
Wow, I had a lot of outs. I had anything that, any ace, sorry, any non-ace or 9. I had the deck -8. He only had 8 outs. I have a ton of outs. If 8 cards don't come, if an ace or 9 doesn't come, I win.
How?
You'll see.
By betting.
You're assuming that he's going to fold if he only has jack high.
Yeah.
You see it on
Jack,
TV.
and he had
My
9
cards are
kings,
exactly the same. 2 jacks.
I would have called if I had ace, king, or
Jacks.
queen.
It's an interesting way to play two jacks.
Pass. You'll see it on TV, but there's a reason why I raised. So.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I
I
wanted to
know
see the 9 high.
No, I think I'd still commit to an ace as well.
Raise to 1,600.
Maybe a king or a queen.
Hmm?
Maybe a queen.
Pass.
I didn't think you'd ever call that re-raise.
Pass.
Phil Laak has just lost a chunk of chips. This could be the opportunity to get some of them back.
I'm all in.
All in.
It's around 13.5, but I'm not sure.
If Ram thinks he's tilting, he might call.
He's a big favorite not to have aces right here. The tell is the big gap that's happened already in time.
I think he has kings.
At this point, I'm going to take him off kings as well. So what is that, 9?
14-2.
14-2. I would like to see both cards, Ram, if you're going to fold.
Normally, of course, Ram could just slide those back to the dealer unseen as he's folding, but Phil has thoughtfully rewritten the etiquette of the game.
No, I had a 9.
9 suited?
I had at least 2 overcards. I had you. Fair and square, I had 2 9s.
And Phil saying exactly what he had. Still 5 players left around the table here in the Poker Lounge in association with Full Tilt Poker.
Always learning something.
Pass. Pass.
Andy Bloch on the button. Looks down to see a pair of 8s.
Raise to 1,500. Pass.
And Romanello with Big Slick. Well, he knows that Andy Bloch folds more hands to raises than probably anyone else at this table, so he decides to slow play it and see a flop. Could be brilliant, could be awful. Make that awful.
Check. Bet 1,500. Call.
Romanello now picks up the flush draw, although the 10 of spades would
Check.
actually give Bloch a straight flush.
Check.
And Romanello has caught the king-high
Check.
flush on the river. He checks it, and his trip 8's now counterfeited. He has a flush with the 8 of spades in it.
2,500. And call.
And just a call there from Roberto with the near nuts.
Flush. King.
Nice hand.
Good result for Roberto and a good result for everybody else. The table is about to get a little bit quieter because Phil Laak is off for a chat with Millie.
Come and join me.
Hello, Millie.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, well, I could be better, but I'm doing good. I've been kind of self-whacking myself a bit.
Oh, really?
A little bit. We're kind of in a brittle-ish situation now because the blinds are you know, we have about 20 big blinds each or something like that.
Gus is out of the game. How's that affected
Gus-
the dynamic at the table?
Gus is he actually, when he was here, it was a lot of fun because the banter levels were good. He's easy to bounce off against. He's got lots of wit and he's quick with the tongue and he's funny.
It's easy to wind up.
Yep, and he's just a fun guy in general. Anyways, it's a lot of fun, and we miss Gus. He obviously didn't see the Master Strategy DVD collection, which says the primary objective is to not to go out first. No, I'm kidding. But...
Welcome back. We've lost our first player here in the Poker Lounge, and surprisingly, it's Gus Hansen who's bitten the dust. So we're down to 5. Let's get back to the action.
I mean, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Anybody thought of a new game? No? Because
again?
everyone seems to be happy with this game. Nobody's sort of...
Oh, it's riddled with, it's like Mission Command, that game you can't win on the video, Atari game, whatever. It's fun, but you can't win, you know? You just get destroyed in the end. They come down and they just destroy you. Yeah, it's a video game. You can only go a little further, and it eventually just cripples you.
Raises 1,700.
Which
Those games are like
Missile
that.
Command, yeah.
Oh, Missile Command.
Those games will just get
My buddy Rob
faster.
Fullip invented that game.
Call.
Six, what you call this? 6 spaces.
Yeah.
Pass.
My buddy Rob Fullip created that game.
Yeah, good game.
He's a poker player.
that game. Missile.
He calculated that he sucked out like 5 billion human hours of the human race from that game or
At
something.
the same time as Space Invaders.
Raise all in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pass. Pretty easy decision.
Harry Kaczka, the current chip leader, will he decide to try and take Andy Bloch out?
Wow.
Now we see them both. 7.
Oh, that's great for me.
You got 2 overcards.
Andy shows pair of 7s, 7 of spades, 7 of hearts. Harrison shows ace, jack of clubs.
Queen of clubs.
Up comes ace, deuce, queen with 1 club. Harrison takes the lead with a pair of aces.
Clubs on the turn.
Only a 7's going to save Andy Bloch now. And his odds of hitting one are getting shorter and shorter. 5%.
It's a 10. Okay.
Andy, you can do it, huh?
Yep. Oh, I get to go play Gus. Heads up.
Andy Bloch leads us. Harry Kaczka, the young internet qualifier, has his second big scalp of the game.
Here you go, money bags. Enjoy it.
And all that money in the pot is his. He has to hold on to it, mind you. This is winner takes all.
New blind.
Dealer change.
See, now this is in the extra package that you can get in the second. You don't put out like this. See, this isn't. You want to stay volumed up in these desperate times when you have like 11 big blinds. You want to put in the big chips so you can be volumed up,
Pass.
appear greater than you are.
How much do you have left? You said 13 here before the hand.
12.2, 13.2 to start the hand, and 12.2 remaining. I'm all in,
Raise to 2,800.
which
and all
is
in.
13.2.
13,000.
Yeah, I mean, I call.
And call.
And call.
Queen 9.
So Phil all in with queen 9, queen of diamonds, 9 of clubs, and king jack is the hand for Harrison. King of hearts, jack of spades.
Phil Laak could have talked himself into trouble.
Here it is. 5, trade.
That's not good for a queen high.
No help for Phil. He needs a queen or a 9 to survive. There's a 10. That's 3 spades on the board.
Now I can't even.
The
I
check
need a
is
special type of queen or 9.
a jack.
Well done, sir.
Harrison wins the hand.
I thought I was just winning there. So much for that. Sir? Win all the money?
Nice pop.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm not sure now.
That's all she wrote, and more importantly, all he said for Phil Laak.
The online qualifier taking all the money.
So we're down to 3 here in the Poker Lounge in association with Full Tilt Poker, and although the internet qualifier Harry Kaczka has the majority of chips, it's still anyone's game, especially with this pedigree of opponent up against him. Ram Vaswani's on the button. He's picked up 10-9 off.
Raised to 2,800.
Romanello in the small blind has a medium ace.
46.
Re-raised to 4,600.
Ram will have position in this hand. He's getting about 3-1 to make the call.
Cool.
So we will see a flop between these two. The Hendon mobster has flopped top pair. Roberto to act first.
At 58.
I'm all in.
Raise all in. Pass.
That's power play by Ram Vaswani there, and he wins a decent sized pot. Remember, if you'd like the challenge of trying to qualify online for this event, which we're covering on Channel 4, just go to channel4.com/poker for details on this and Channel 4's coverage. Romanello now with the button.
Pass.
Doesn't like his 9-4. And Harry Kaczka with the hood up, like a mini Unabomber, although without the conversational talents. Has decent cards.
Raised to 3,700. Call.
All right. Yeah.
We'll see a flop. And it comes down 5, King, 6. Something for everybody. Top pair for Kaczka. Middle pair for Ram Vaswani. The New Yorker bets out.
4,400 bet. Call.
And he does get a call. This pot is growing fast. And what a card that is. Not only does it give Kaczka 2 pairs, but Vaswani now has an up and down straight draw.
Bet 10,600. Call.
There's over $37,000 real money in this pot now. And that's a whiff for Ram. He hasn't made it straight. He'll know he's behind.
$18,800. 18,800.
18,800.
Ram can't come over the top here because there's no fold equity for Harry Kaczka.
Pass.
He passes and Harry Kaczka scoops another big pot to give him a commanding chip lead. On the button, the man who qualified online to play in this exalted company. And look at this. It's going his way. He's picked up pocket rockets.
16?
16, yeah. Race. 3,200.
Oh, and the Welshman's got a monster as well. This is Godzilla against Mothra, suited ace-king.
I'm all in.
Call.
All in.
All in and call. Roberto in with ace-king of clubs here against aces. Flop comes. Check of clubs, 8 of diamonds, check of diamonds.
Roberto needs running clubs.
Needs 2 running cards to stay alive. 3 of clubs is one of them. Let's see the river card.
Oh, beating a little faster.
8 and 9 of hearts.
Not to be. And Roberto Romanello is out in third place. That hand played itself, but I'm afraid it is curtains for the likeable Welshman.
So we're heads up, and it's David against Goliath, one of the best tournament players in the world, Vaswani, against online qualifier Harry Kaczka for a prize of $120,000.
Kaczka, a 2-1 chip leader. Action on Vaswani. Jack 8 suited on the button, heads up.
Call.
Plays it slow.
$5,500.
A raise and a call. So already 11,000 in the middle. Good Lord, that comes down trip 10s for Harry Kaczka.
63.
Bet 6,300.
A gut shot draw for Vaswani. He would need a 9 or running spades.
Oh.
Well, there is one of the spades. He's picked up the flush draw, but the 3 10s still in charge. And Harry Kaczka
All in.
bets half the pot. Instant all in.
Call.
Raise all in.
All in and
call.
call.
Yeah.
So Ram is all in. Showdown, please. Ram shows check 8 of spades.
Wow.
Gut shot straight and flush draw. And 10 trays, the hand for Harrison. Harrison is leading with trips 10s.
Vaswani needs to hit one of 10 cards to survive,
Queen
and that
of
is
spades.
one of them. The Queen of
Flush
Spades
draw
on the
and
river
Ram
means a
double.
very relieved Crazy Horse Vaswani is now ahead in the heads-up battle with that double through, but he knows that was flying fairly close to the sun.
Oh, indeed.
So here in the Poker Lounge, in association with Full Tilt Poker, Harry Kaczka's been in good shape for most of the game, but now he has to claw his way back against the Hendon mobster Ram Vaswani.
Call.
Ram calling with the ace, a bigger ace in front of Harry Kaczka. Two mighty hands heads up.
Raise to 7,500. Call.
And an ace has come on the flop. So they've both got top pair.
$13.
Bet 13,000.
All in.
All in. And call.
And call. So Harrison all in. Showdown. Harrison's all in on his ace 10. You got a pair of aces with the ace of diamonds. There are 2 diamonds on the board. And ace 6 is the hand for Rem. Also a pair of aces. Better kicker Harris.
So Harrison in danger of being knocked out, but he's in front at the moment. And now only a 6 will steal it for Ram Vaswani.
Leading with better kicker 10.
A few cards that'll split the pot.
Here's a tray, and he's going to double up.
That isn't one of them. So
20,000.
Harry Kaczka wins the pot, and it's pretty much even in chips now. This is turning into a fascinating ding-dong of a battle. It could go either way. Welcome back to the Poker Lounge in association with Full Tilt Poker, where we are heads up. Hendon mobster Ram Vaswani in the shades, taking on qualifier Harry Kaczka from New York. They're pretty even in chips at the moment. Kaczka's picked up the mechanic hand. What's a jack for? Normally for folding, but heads up. It's a viable set of cards.
Raise to 7,000.
And he has chosen to be aggressive with it.
Call.
$14,000 real money in the middle. And that is top pair for Ram. And not much for Harry Kaczka.
Bet 8,000.
Those purple chips, $500 each.
Oh.
And Ram decides just to call. The risk of seeing an overcard. And there is one of them.
Check.
The Queen gives Kaczka a straight draw. He'd need a 10, but Ram's still ahead as they check to the river. Oh, and there it is. 8, 9, 10, Jack Queen for Kaczka. It's an unbelievable river. Can he get paid?
Bet 21,500.
It's a hefty bet into a pot of what was 30,000. And Vaswani very wisely folding there, but that was a hand that definitely got away from him. There were a couple of chances he had to win it with a bet. Instead, he has to watch his young online qualifier opponent stack the chips. Kaczka on the button has picked up black 10s. A very, very big hand heads up. Ram with just 4-3. Decides to take a peep. And he does make 2 pairs. He'll feel confident, but unfortunately for him, Kaczka has an overpair.
Bet 6,000. Raise to 12,000.
Now it's all down to the acting ability of Harry Kaczka.
Raise to 18,000.
Such a small raise. That is going to set the alarm bells going. And Vaswani realising that he was likely to be behind there. Kaczka scoops another pot, and he is taking a stranglehold on this game. Never mind the pedigree of his opponents. It's the young online qualifier who has the massive wall of chips and banknotes in front of him.
Raise.
Cool. Well, make sure it's all...
22. Yeah, you can't remember. He has 20 only.
It's 20 even?
Okay, fine. Rem is all in with ace-7, ace of hearts, 7 of spades, and check 8 is the hand for Harrison. It's a check of hearts and 8 of clubs.
Harry Kaczka trying to take the art out of the game there, just shoving it in.
There it is. Queen, 7-8, 2 diamonds, 1 spade. Pair of 7s for Rem, but pair of 8s for Harrison. Rem needs to improve his hand. He needs another 7 or an ace. 6. There's no help to him. He needs a 7 or an ace.
Rem drawing pretty thin now.
It's a 5. Okay, we have a decision. Harrison is winning this match.
Well done, mate.
Good game, man.
You deserved it.
Thanks, man.
So, Harry, you're an online qualifier and you came through a really tough field. How does it feel?
Feels good. I played pretty good, ran really good to knock everyone out, and just, coolered everyone. When you cooler people, you win. That's how it works.
Not such a great night for you, though, Ram.
No, it's a bit disappointing enough. I managed to get to 90,000 chips when I got lucky in a pot, but best man won.
Well, congratulations, Harry. So, Harry Kaczka is $120,000 richer. Join us again to see more of the world's top players in action in the Poker Lounge. Until next time, good night.
Next on 4 Knock Knock Live Big Brother.